Breaking news! Joe Burrow is once again at the center of one of the biggest debates in the NFL, and this latest discussion is already getting fans talking. A brand new ranking has reignited the conversation that seems to return every single year, and once again, it comes down to two quarterbacks who have been compared throughout their careers. The opinions are split, the arguments are getting louder, and what was just released might surprise a lot of people depending on which side of the debate you're on. Before we dive into everything, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Every day we bring you the latest Cincinnati Bengals news, discussions, and updates, and you definitely won't want to miss what's coming as this season gets closer. Now, let's get to what really matters. The newest quarterback rankings released with input from NFL executives, coaches, scouts, and staff writers have once again placed Joe Burrow among the elite quarterbacks in football. As expected, there was plenty of discussion surrounding the top 10, but one specific part of the rankings immediately caught the attention of Bengals fans. Joe Burrow came in at number 4. Right behind him, Lamar Jackson at number 5. That single placement is enough to restart one of football's longest-running quarterback debates. These are two players who have constantly been compared throughout their NFL careers. They're nearly the same age, they've built impressive resumes, and every new ranking seems to bring another round of arguments about which quarterback deserves to be ahead of the other. Looking at the full top 10, the order starts with Josh Allen at number 1, followed by Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Drake May, Jared Goff, and Caleb Williams. Overall, the ranking feels balanced. There will always be disagreements over the exact order, but the list reflects quarterbacks who have consistently produced, won games, and maintained a high level of play. Naturally, though, Bengals fans immediately focused on where Burrow landed. One interesting detail from the voting process stands out. Despite coming off a season in which injuries remained part of the conversation, Burrow still received first-place votes from some evaluators. At the same time, his lowest ranking from any voter was 6th overall. That tells you something important. No matter how people view the injuries, virtually everyone around the league still considers Joe Burrow one of the very best quarterbacks in football. Last year's ranking had Burrow sitting one spot higher at number 3. This year, he drops one position, but not because evaluators suddenly believe his talent disappeared. According to the explanation behind the rankings, durability has become the biggest factor affecting how voters evaluate him. The concern isn't about his arm. It isn't about his football IQ. It isn't about leadership. It's simply availability. The explanation pointed directly to the number of games Burrow has missed since 2023. Some voters reportedly dropped him outside their personal top 5 because of those missed games. Availability has become impossible to ignore when evaluating quarterbacks at the highest level. But here's where things become especially interesting. Even while acknowledging the durability concerns, the same evaluation makes it clear that Burrow's actual quarterback play remains among the very best in the NFL. One NFL coordinator described Burrow in a way that should make every Bengals fan appreciate exactly what Cincinnati has under center. He said, "Burrow doesn't play in a system. He is the system." Think about that statement for a second. Many quarterbacks succeed because the offense around them creates favorable situations. Some systems emphasize quick throws. Others rely heavily on play action, motion, or designed quarterback runs. The comment suggests something completely different. The offense flows through Joe Burrow himself. His understanding of defenses, his anticipation, his timing, his decision-making, everything begins with him. Another NFL coordinator added another layer to that evaluation, praising just how quickly Burrow processes the game. According to that coach, Burrow gets the football out so fast that defenses barely have time to react. And when he doesn't release it immediately, It's because he's patiently waiting for a deep root to develop. The coordinator also highlighted Burrow's accuracy, arm strength, and winning mentality. Those aren't compliments coming from Bengals fans. Those aren't opinions from local media. Those are evaluations coming directly from people working inside the NFL. That's significant because it reflects how respected Joe Burrow remains across the league. Sometimes fans focus so heavily on weekly headlines that it's easy to forget how opposing coaches actually view a quarterback. These rankings provide a glimpse into that perspective. And despite every conversation surrounding injuries, Burrow continues to receive enormous respect from the people who prepare to face him. There's another angle worth considering. Joe Burrow is entering what many people would describe as the prime years of his career. Quarterbacks today are extending their careers longer than ever before. Veterans continue playing at high levels well into their late 30s and even beyond. That changes how people think about a quarterback approaching age 30. Instead of seeing that age as the beginning of decline, many now view it as the period where experience, physical ability, and mental processing all come together. For Burrow, that combination could be especially important. He has accumulated years of experience. He's seen virtually every defensive look imaginable. He's learned through playoff football. He's dealt with adversity. He's overcome setbacks. And now expectations continue growing because people around the league believe his best football can still be ahead of him if he remains available. That's really the key phrase that keeps following every discussion surrounding Joe Burrow. If he stays healthy. It's almost impossible to have a conversation about Burrow without those words appearing somewhere before the discussion ends. That reality isn't meant as criticism. It's simply become part of the evaluation. Every quarterback ranking now seems to include two separate conversations. First, everyone agrees about the level of talent. Second, everyone immediately asks the same question. Can he stay on the field? That's become one of the defining storylines surrounding Burrow as he moves into another highly anticipated season. The respect is clearly there. The confidence from league evaluators is clearly there. But now everything comes back to availability. If he plays a full season, many believe he'll once again remind everyone exactly why he belongs among football's elite quarterbacks. And perhaps the most impressive part of these rankings is this. Even after multiple injury conversations, Joe Burrow wasn't pushed outside the elite group. He wasn't viewed as simply another good quarterback. He wasn't treated as someone whose reputation had disappeared. Instead, NFL executives, coaches, and scouts still overwhelmingly view him as one of the 5 best quarterbacks in football. That says a lot about how highly people around the league still value what Joe Burrow brings every time he steps onto the field. And naturally, that ranking immediately brings us back to the comparison everyone wants to discuss. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Joe Burrow being ranked ahead of Lamar Jackson? Or do you think the voters got this one wrong? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of those debates that never seems to end. And I'm really curious to see where Bengals Nation stands. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Bengals news as soon as it happens. Thanks for watching, and, as always, Hoo Day!